Hi again, guys. I'm back for another video. In our last video, we started killing some of the backup guardians back in the west, and I believe we only have a few more left. We have the one in Old Forest, which I might as well just do now. I'm gonna have to fight these adventurers first, though. Whoa. Did he go invisible? I think that's what happened. There we go. Lots of purple on that. Alright, now I believe that the backup guardian for Old Forest is on the third map. Yep, there he is. Snaproot. The ancient Trent's bark is scorched almost black. Man, that stamina goes down fast. Scintillating Dwarven Steel Mace. Yeah, that's not very good for us. Okay. We'll have to keep Shattering Impact to a minimum for when we're fighting like big groups of enemies, because that drains through the stamina so fast. There's one more boss I want to kill before we spend our first prodigy, so we're going to take care of that first, and then we'll get back to it, and I'll explain how prodigies work and what exactly they are. Let's see. Might as well start raising these. I haven't put a single point into any of these. Well, it's not that big of a reduction, though. I just don't know. You know, I might as well start raising Unstoppable. This is a pretty nice talent. It'll help when we're dealing with really high damage situations later on. And I'll put 1 point into Wayest, because we might as well get some extra targets that we can pump up every once in a while. I'm really excited for this new release candidate build that just came out today. I haven't played around with it. I played a little bit of it on SVN, but he's added some extra things to it, to the release candidate that weren't in SVN. There's apparently a new class in that's going to be for donators only, and a new starting town for Temple Wardens and Chronomancers that I haven't had a chance to do yet, and I'd like to see what that's all about. Okay, we got another backup guardian is up here in Daikara. I believe he's on the last map in here. There he is. Masok the Dragon Slayer. Believe he's just a Berserker. How did he... He stopped me in the middle of my... I think he just kind of bugged out there a little bit. Like, I think he was trying to rush, and I was trying to rush, so it freaked the game out. There we go. Let's see what we got. That's pretty nice. Plus 50 fire damage every strike. Damage conversion to fire. Increases fire resistance penetration. Increases fire damage. Wearer is treated as a demon. I don't know what that means. Got a nice use effect on it that scales with strength. Probably still not any better than what I have equipped already, though. Yep. Alright. I was hoping that we might get, you know, just for good measure, I will check, oh, that's a tier 5. Okay. Alright. Just for good measure, I will kill the last backup bosses before I spend my prodigy point. I'm probably just going to use it for flexible combat, and we'll go over that. Again, we'll go over that very soon, I promise. Oh wow, I had a bunch of tier 5s. I'll just do these shitty boots. Yeah. Alright. Didn't I have the gaping maw? Oh no, I still have it equipped. No. Alright. Spell Hunt gauntlets don't look very impressive when you just look at them like this. That's because they're for brawlers. And if we do take flexible combat, which we almost certainly will, I will show you what the real stats in the gloves are. They're really, really good. They're a little bit harder to complete than I'd really like them to be, but you know, on second thought, I don't know if I'm going to be able to defeat the Dreadfell boss without it, so I'm just going to take my Prodigy. Prodigies are available. You get 2. You get one at level 40, one at level 50. And the ones that are available to you are highlighted, and they're because you've unlocked certain criteria. Like, Draconic Body requires you to have high constitution and, quote, be close to the Draconic world. I think that means you have to have eaten the Sandworm Heart. I don't know. Your body hardens when pushed below 30% life. You're healed for 40% of your total life. That's just an example. There's lots of them. Never stop running. Allowing you to move without taking a turn, but drains 20 stamina each move. It's apparently very nice. Get 10 or 20 spaces away. We'll probably take that as our last prodigy. Steamroller, when you rush the creature you rush to is marked. If you kill it in the next 2 turns, your rush cooldown is reset. That could be really useful. But what we're really going to take is flexible combat. Each time you make a melee attack, you have a 100% chance to do an additional unarmed strike if using weapons, and 60% chance if already fighting unarmed. So we're going to take that. And that's a lot nicer than it sounds. Like, a lot nicer than it sounds. And I'll show you why. So we're going to accept those changes, and let's take a look at those gloves now. So, 12% physical critical chance, that's with glove attacks, of course. Does 33 to 46 damage. Has a 20% chance to silence the target. Has a 100% chance to cast Destroy Magic, and does 50 mana burn damage. This is amazing as an anti-caster pair of gloves, and it's actually going to exceed the benefit of our health boost, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I really love that health boost, but and since we're not using the health boost anymore, we can switch out of that Mighty Girdle. And now let's see how much of a joke that makes the caster boss on the first floor of Dreadfell. Oh my god, I forgot to tap all my escorts. Wow, that's embarrassing. Let's see if I can keep you alive now that this floor has a monster on it again. Oh, I can't use any of these. God. I guess I'll take a +1 to Dex. Thanks a lot, Alchemist. Now, where is this guy at? I know he's here somewhere. There he is. Pale Drake. He's a lich. He's a skeleton archmage that has taken control of the Dreadfell since the Master's demise. Oh, wow. Didn't like what I just did. Where'd he go? Oh. That is a really effective caster mulcher. Holy shit. I've never managed to get flexible combat on the same character who had those spell hunt gauntlets. Those are amazing. Wow. I have no idea what the shield's going to be. I feel like I should take a look at it anyway. And we're just going to divert a little bit here and do Mark of the Spellblaze. I'm pretty confident we can do it with these gauntlets. This place is basically caster hell, kind of like the Elven Crypts was, except it's wide open, which makes it just double extra nasty. Mark of the Spellblaze is the kind of map I don't recommend fully exploring. It can get really dangerous because pretty much everything on this map will be a caster. And you can get all of the nasty kinds of casters that you really hate dealing with. Oh, there's the boss. Here we go. The Grand Corruptor. He's a unique major demon. He's not actually a demon. I think it's because he's a corruptor and he has a corruptor effect that makes him flagged as a demon. And he's dazed. And he fearscaped me. Fearscape is a nasty effect that corruptors can do. That wasn't too bad. And we get a letter about his evil plot. Typical villain, writes everything down. What was that shield we found? Summertide. That's really nice. So, that wasn't too bad. The Grand Corruptor's kind of a joke with the spell hunt gauntlets. Wow. Of the Forge Alchemist's Lamp of the Sun. I think that might be a bug. Nice effects on it, though. Wow. I've decided that I'm going to buck my own rules, and I'm just going to go for a mini marathon video here, because I don't feel like breaking up the action at this point. I just want to get through this. So, let's finish the last of the return to the West dungeons here, and on the way out there, I'm going to show you a neat little feature that opens up after you've finished your return from the East. The shop in Last Hope for the merchant that you rescue gives you the option to buy artifacts for 4,000 gold apiece. And it's just a random artifact, but it's always going to be a Voratune item, and they can be really good potentially. So let's just get through our inventory here and get rid of the garbage that we have. I've never vendored items. Wow, I just realized that. It's a little scary. So many gems. Alright, so we've got 7,000 gold, only enough to make one, but still. What about the unique object? 4,000 gold to make an utterly unique item? Well, not now. Let's see what we need. Well, my cape is terrible. My rings are only mediocre. Let's go with cape. An elven silk cloak. Wow. Wow. Wow, that critical multiplier. 40% critical multiplier. I don't like taking that. Wow, that's a huge hit to my spell save. Holy shit. That's actually a little rough. Still, I think I like this enough to use it. Yeah. Monkey blanket. What does that do to my spell save? 34, it's not terrible. It's pretty bad, actually, but... I think I'll use the next one on a pickaxe. Because my off-slot item really blows. Okay, I believe we've done all of the backup bosses, so now we're just going to go back through Reknor and the backup boss that's located there. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, that's just getting annoying now. When last you saw it, this cavern was littered with the corpses of orcs that you'd slain. Now many, many more corpses carpet the floor, all charred and reeking of sulfur. That's always a good sign, right? Where are you hiding at, Orc? Lithfengal, a terrible demon of decay and atrophy drawn to the energy of the Far Portal, a beast of blight. And he drops a Pestilent War Axe, and a Resonating Diamond, and a Blood-Ruined Athane. I think Malediction's a one-handed axe for Reavers. I think. Yep, that's exactly what it is. So, now we're going to use our Orb of Many Ways, and we're going to go back to the east. Now the proverbial world is our oyster. We can go to a number of different places. I forgot to look in the shops for water breathing. Son of a bee. I'll worry about it later. Oh boy, that's frustrating. Trying to think of what would be the best place to go. I think Grushnak Pride. That's usually where I start my melee characters, since armor and physical resists really help with pretty much everything in there. And I have both of those in abundance. Grushnak Pride is one of the 4 Orc Prides. You have to clear all 4 to beat the game. And Grushnak Pride is almost all melee characters. They have guarded barracks that'll be full of elite characters with class levels. Like this one is a Mind Slayer. You can tell they're elite. They have class levels because they have the names. They're the named orcs. And you really want to be careful with these guarded barracks. If you manage to get out into the middle of the group, you'll get mulched basically instantly. And you will not have a good time. Okay, and we have a random boss over here, Shattering Impact, Striking Stance. He's a Berserker so far. We're not getting any mana burn and damage off of him, so he's not a mana using class. We are hitting him really hard. Okay. Doesn't look like anything for us. Oh. Wow, where'd you come from? I got 3 artifacts in that room. Then every second level is set up like this, a mushroom forest. Splendor Bait. Plus 18% damage against humanoids. Cripple the target. Big bonus to crit chance. Increased healing mod. This is a pretty nice weapon, though I still don't think it's going to be any better than the Gaping Maw. The Gaping Maw is just really good. That extra 100 damage is crazy, but then again, this one will give me a bonus to pretty much everything I'm going to be fighting. I'm going to use this for a while and see how it does, and if I don't see a major damage increase, I can always switch back. I'm not seeing a damage decrease. And Grushnak can have vaults in it. It's probably the most standard of the prides in terms of level layouts and things like that. The other prides are all like completely fixed layouts. Which sounds nice, but then you have to remember that the layouts are always going to be just as brutal as they are by default, so... And I'm honestly not 100% confident we'll be able to do Vor Pride, because that's the one I always have trouble with. It is really just a brutal dungeon. Maybe we'll get lucky in here and find some Voratune plate mail or something. That would be nice. God, that Shattering Blow is nice. I wish I'd picked that up a long time ago. So we have a diggable wall here. It's nice having the freedom to do vaults now that I'm actually powerful enough to not, melt when I do one. Is there another entryway? Is that what this is? Yeah, it's gotta be it. Oh. Not having too much trouble in here. Gotta be a little careful around the Berserker enemies. They do hit very hard, but for the most part our damage output seems to be exactly where we need it to be to have an easy time in here. I don't know how that's going to play out on the last boss, who is quite a brutal enemy, but we'll have to see. Almost every enemy you're going to face in the Prides is going to turn out to be a orc humanoid. So if you have a means of doing extra damage to orc humanoids, like if you're a cursed with the predator talent, something like that, you want to employ that, whatever methods you have, because it makes this place a lot more tolerable to be able to do bonus damage against orcs. Okay. So we have an archer in there. Oh god, what did he just do? Wow. Thank God for that confusion shout. I keep getting teleported around. What the hell is doing that to me? Thank God for that juggernaut. And Shattering Impact, for that matter. That could have been really bad. That could have been really, really bad. No Ran boss on this one, just an orc fighter. Oh, it had to be a drakeskin leather armor. It couldn't have been a heavy armor. It's funny, when you want a blank item, you just can't get one. You've gained a couple levels. Okay, and let's put that ability on our bar now too, since we actually invested in it. Where is it? There we go. We'll see how useful that is in a little bit here. Now that I think about it, if I'd had that talent, I probably wouldn't have had any trouble getting the ambush done. Suit of Gleaming Voratune Plate. What did we get? Plate Armor of the King. Yeah. Wow. King Toknar's armor, Last Hope. Yeah, that's really nice. The fire resistance is going to be really helpful, and the spell saves and everything else. So, yep, we're finally switching our armor. What a great find. It's Death's Embrace. I don't think I've ever seen this one. Lots of resistance on it, bonus damage. It looks like it's a Shadow Blade armor. That's pretty neat. This map has got a lot of enemies on it.